Richland is a full-service municipality, providing its citizens with all essential services, including public safety, water, sewer, solid waste, electrical distribution, economic development, recreational services, and others. The city will employ 491 people and deliver over $165 million in services during 2013. The strategic decisions made over the past few years have allowed the city to stay on course and continue to plan and invest for its future. In 2012, we celebrated the Keene Road Bridge opening, George Washington Way road improvements, approved plans for the new broadband network, and completed the Newton Gateway to the river. The year also saw great progress in the city's goals for the research district with major improvements at the Innovation Center and the establishment of the Wine Science Center Development Authority. The 2013 budget maintains current services without increasing property taxes, provides the necessary funding for infrastructure and economic development, and enhances Richland's quality of life through various capital improvement projects. Studies show that Americans spend 35 cents of every dollar of annual personal income to buy services from their local, state, and federal governments. Of the 35 cents, 20 cents has historically been allocated to services from federal government, 8 cents to state government services, and 7 cents to local government services. In Richland, citizens spend approximately 6 cents of every dollar earned on city services, or about $240 per month. City services and facilities are supported by taxes and fees. While the types of taxes and fees may vary slightly, total Richland taxes and fees are comparable to other communities. City Council's Strategic Leadership Plan is the guideline for the budgeting process. Staff and council constantly look for ways to improve services while reducing cost. By utilizing this process, the city addresses the fundamental question, how can citizens get the most value for taxes and fees they pay? Over $18.9 million is dedicated in 2013 to capital improvement projects. Many of these are community amenity improvements. Richland residents value their high quality of life, and that is why the city will invest $70,000 to build a new neighborhood park at the corner of Westcliff and Gala Way. The Horn Rapids BMX Park will see a new bathroom and concession facility. And the city will begin design work for the Vantage Highway Multipurpose Trail to connect North Richland Trails to the Hanford Legacy Park. The city will also set aside funding to purchase additional parkland in the Badger Mountain area. In past community surveys, citizens have expressed concerns over street conditions. With that in mind, the city has increased funding for its ongoing street overlay program for 2013. Total funding will be $1.7 million, an increase of approximately $400,000 more than recent years. Areas of concentration will be Stevens Drive, Saint Street, and Spangler Street. In addition, the city is conducting an independent pavement rating study to establish priorities for the street repair. The results of this study will determine other local area streets for improvement this year and years to come. Several grant-funded street improvements will be prepared for construction in 2013. These include Center Parkway, linking Gage Boulevard in Kennewick with Taptail Drive in Richland, an extension and realignment of Stevens Drive between Lee Boulevard and Welshon Way. These two projects may be ready for construction in late 2013 or could be delayed until 2014. Longer-term planning efforts are underway for the south end of George Washington Way and the Dupertell Bridge. Additionally, 2013 will see the completion of a 3-year project, begun with federal stimulus funds to improve traffic safety by upgrading traffic signal control equipment and improving selected pedestrian crossings. The long-awaited Hanford Reach Interpretive Center is finally underway. In 2013, the city will construct a segment of local street, site utilities, and a parking lot. This $3.7 million effort, funded by the federal transportation grants, should begin in the spring and be completed by early fall. The Richland Public Facilities District is in the process of selecting a design-build team that will plan and develop the first phase of the reach. In 2013, the city will begin development of a 2-mile rail loop in the Horn Rapids Industrial Park. This rail spur will allow for service that provides efficient transportation of commodities into and out of the region. Transportation efficiencies encourage private sector investments and the creation of new jobs, further diversifying the local economy. In 2013 will bring site improvements to the Richland landfill compost facility with an expansion of the compost pad site to increase capacity and purchase of a new screen to process the finished material. The improvements will decrease operating costs and allow efficient handling of the growing quantity of compost material. Beginning in April 2013, some solid waste customers will see a small rate increase of 60 cents per month for residential service. The increase is needed to support operation costs and is expected to hold rates steady through the next few years. In the fall of 2013, the city intends to launch a curbside leaf pickup program to replace the community drop box cleanup program. The curbside program will provide better customer service to more residents without an increase in cost. Richland's water utility will complete upgrades to the Horn Rapids irrigation system to improve reliability and efficiency. Most of the improvements will be completed before watering season in March. Other work will involve pipeline replacements to keep the system distribution efficient and reliable. The stormwater utility will be implementing several grant-funded projects aimed at improving water quality of storm runoff to the rivers. One project will focus on the Canyon Terrace area, and another will focus on the outfall of the Columbia River at the end of St. Street in North Richland. The city will also be making improvements to systems that experienced flooding in recent year storms. The wastewater utility will focus on lining and replacing some of the central Richland collection systems and replacement of aging equipment at its treatment plant. In mid-2013, the city will sign agreements with Washington State to provide low-interest loans for upgrades and equipment replacement at the wastewater treatment plant. These loans will reduce costs to ratepayers for these improvements. The city continues to use staff retirements and vacancies as an opportunity to restructure departments, redistribute workload, and move available resources to the highest priority areas. Every staff vacancy is carefully reviewed to determine level of need and research alternatives. A total of 491.1 full-time equivalent employees is budgeted for 2013. This is a reduction of 3.6 full-time equivalent employees as compared to 2012. While Richland's population has consistently increased an average of 2.1% for the last 4 years, staff levels are consistent with 2003 levels. The ratio on citizens served per employee is 110.6 for 2013 as compared to 88.5 in 2003. 2013 is shaping up to be a challenging year for the City of Richland. Last year, the city felt the first effects of the economic downturn with a decrease in sales tax revenue. This may be attributable to the uncertain federal spending, consumer confidence, and the scheduled Hanford layoffs that have continued throughout the year. For this reason, sales tax and building permit revenues are projected with the anticipation of a potential slowing of the local economy. Through continued efforts to diversify our local economy by enhancing our partnerships with both the public and private sector, combined with holding expenditures down, the city expects its revenue base to be sufficient to maintain current services through 2013. The budget represents the type, quantity, and quality of services Richland citizens expect, while maintaining a prudent and financially sound basis for the use of taxpayers' money. As always, it is you, a Richland citizen, who can help make a difference by participating in your city government. Attend city council meetings, apply to serve on one of the various boards and commissions, and take part in community meetings and workshops. Copies of the 2013 budget are available at the Richland Public Library, the City Manager's Office, the Richland Community Center, and on the city's website. Your Richland 2013 budget, a path forward for Richland's continued growth and prosperity.